Today it's story time on Debt Free in 30. It's the Fable of the $20 bill, starting right now.
This is Debt Free in 30. Here's your host, Doug Hoyes.
November is Financial Literacy Month in Canada, and since I've been doing this podcast for 6 years, this is the 6th year in a row I'm starting the month of November with a discussion about financial literacy. Every year I talk about the sorry state of financial literacy in Canada and how we need to do better, and every year there doesn't appear to be much improvement, so this year I'm going to do something different. I'm going to tell you how $20 will make you rich. Yep, it's the Get Rich Quick edition of Debt Free in 30. Except it's not a quick solution, it takes a while, but allow me to explain by telling you a story. It's story time here on Debt Free in 30. The story is called The Fable of the $20 bill. The story is about two people, you and me. We are very similar, you and me. We both have roughly the same income and we both spend the same amount, and the story starts on grocery shopping day. We're both heading off to the grocery store for our weekly shopping trip, and because we are both very organized, we both have a shopping list, and both of our shopping lists have exactly the same items on them. It's the usual stuff that we need for the week, and we both have exactly $100 with us to buy what we need for the week. But as we walk to the store, you get lucky. Something happens to catch your eye in a bush beside the sidewalk. You crouch down, and there, scrunched up in the bush, is a $20 bill. It's an old and crinkly $20 bill. It's obvious no one lost it recently. It's been there for a while. So, since it's been there for a while and no one is around, you pick it up, wipe it off, and put it in your pocket, and off you go to the grocery store with a spring in your step, all happy because you just found $20. And so, you and I arrive at the same store at the same time with our same shopping list, and we start shopping. And we shop, and you and I are both very good shoppers, and we're keeping track in our heads of what we're buying, and we both fill our shopping baskets up with $94 worth of stuff. And now we only have one item left from both of our lists: toilet paper. Well, I've got $6, so I find the smallest pack of toilet paper I can find, the 6-roll pack for $6. I'm not happy because it's the cheap 2-ply stuff, but I've got no choice. I need toilet paper, so I put it in my basket. Now, you also need toilet paper, and you've also put $94 worth of stuff in your shopping basket, but you don't just have $6 left to spend. No, you found that old crinkly $20 bill while you were walking to the store, so you've got $26 left. And then you realize this really is your lucky day because the store has a big sale today on toilet paper. They have the big monster 36-roll packs on sale for $13. And even better, it's the 4-ply, extra strong, extra soft premium stuff. Fantastic. So you go grab a big shopping cart, load up 2 of the massive 36-roll packs, and off you go to pay for your purchases. You're happy because you're now stocked up for weeks and weeks. Now, that's not the end of the fable of the $20 bill. Next week, we both go shopping again. We both have our shopping lists, and we both have $100. And as you're walking to the store, you go to the magic bush to see if there's $20 there, but there isn't. Oh well, no worries, you've got your $100, so off to the store you go. And like last week, we both go through the items on our shopping list until we get to the last 2 items on our weekly list: toilet paper and chicken. Now, I'm smart. I'm adding up what's in my shopping basket in my head, and I know I've got $16 left, so I buy another $6 pack of toilet paper, and I spend my final $10 on some chicken. But you've also got $16 left, but you don't need to buy toilet paper because you bought 2 of the 36-roll packs last week, so you can spend the entire $16 on chicken. Good news. Chicken is on sale this week, half price. So you stock up on chicken because you know you can put it in the freezer. And that's the end of week number 2 in our story. And where are we at? Well, I've spent all my grocery money, and I'm good for a week. You've spent all of your grocery money, but that 36-roll jumbo pack of toilet paper, the high-quality 4-ply stuff, will last you for many more weeks. And the chicken you bought on sale will also last you for many more weeks. So you can see what happens from here. In week number 3, I spend my $100 on my normal list. You don't need to buy chicken or toilet paper, and that leaves you $16 to spend on whatever's on sale this week. Good news, rice is on sale, so you can buy 2 big bags that will last you for weeks. And the 4th week, you don't need to buy toilet paper or chicken or rice, so you can take advantage of the sale on the big jug of laundry detergent. And the following week, you don't need to buy toilet paper or chicken or rice or laundry detergent, so you buy the big bag of the coffee that's on sale. So you see how it goes. You take advantage of sales because you've got the cash to invest in the sales, and over the next few weeks, you stock up on olive oil and soup and beans and canned tuna. And then you realize that this week, when you go to the grocery store, all you need to buy is milk and bread. You've got everything else. And next week, too. And the next week, you don't need to buy much either because you've got a freezer and cupboards full of stuff. You've done your shopping and you've still got $200 left over. This is fantastic. Me, well, I've got nothing left over because I had to spend everything I had each week. Of course, your good luck doesn't last forever. You are admiring the $200 you have in your wallet when you look down and realize that the soles of your favorite walking shoes have finally worn out. You need a new pair of shoes. Of course, you and I are living basically the same life in this story I'm telling, so I also need a new pair of shoes. So off we both go to the discount shoe store, because that's how we roll, and we're in luck. Last year's model of our favorite walking shoe is in the clearance aisle. Only $100, tax included. Great. You've got $200, so you pay $100 for a new pair of shoes, and you've still got $100. Me, well, I'm not so lucky. I don't have any cash, but I need the shoes, so what do? Well, my credit isn't great, so I don't have a credit card, but lucky for me, the shoe store has their own in-store credit card, and I instantly qualify, and I put the shoes on my new store credit card. Great. Well, not so great because now I have debt. It's not much, only $100, but it's a store credit card, so the interest rate is 29.9%. So if all I do is pay the interest each month, I'm paying almost $30 a year in interest. That's only $2.49 a month, so no big deal, right? Well, the way this card works, my minimum payment is $10 per month plus interest, so the month after I bought my $100 shoes, I've got to pay $10 plus about $2.49 in interest, so that's $12.49. No biggie, right? It's only $12.50. That's not much, but the problem is I don't have an extra $12.50. I have a decent job, just like you, but I live in the city where the work is, just like you, and the rent is high, and I need my entire paycheck every week to pay the rent and pay for my bus fare and my cell phone and everything else I need to live, and that only leaves me $100 a week for groceries. But now I'm short $12.50 a month because of my credit card payment. So what do? Well, I guess the week my credit card payment is due, I have to spend $12.50 less on groceries. I guess I'm skipping breakfast next week. I survive until I get sick, nothing that serious, but I'm off work for a week, and now I don't get paid for a week, but I still need to eat and pay the rent and live, so now what do? Well, I get a payday loan because I can't think of any other option. I borrow $500 to cover some of my expenses during the week I missed a paycheck, but here in Ontario, a payday lender can charge $15 on every $100 I borrow, so that's $75 extra I have to pay back next week, and I don't have it. So I get another payday loan to pay back the first one, and now I'm toast. And that's why over a third of my clients have a payday loan at the time they end up going bankrupt or filing a consumer proposal, but they don't just have one loan, they have 4 of them, and they owe over $5,000 in payday loans at the time they file. Once you get on the debt treadmill, you can't get off. But what about you? How are you doing? Well, you're doing fine because you didn't need to use a credit card to buy shoes, and you still had $100 left over, so you decide to invest the money. Your employer has an RRSP matching program, which you've never had the cash to invest in before. Up to a certain amount, they'll match whatever you put in. So because you've got some extra cash, you decide to put in $10 a paycheck over the next 10 weeks since you can afford to make $10 less each week because you've got $100 in your pocket. So that's what you do. You contribute $10 each week and your employer matches it. So in 10 weeks, you've got $200 in your RSP, $100 from you and $100 from your employer. And then, at the end of the year, you get a tax refund for the $100 you put in, which for you is, let's say, another $30. So you decide to put that in your RSP, and your employer matches that. So now you've got $260 in your RSP. You see what's happening here? I had no extra money, so when I needed a new pair of shoes, I had to borrow to do it. And when I was off sick for a week, I had to borrow even more, and now I've got a lot of debt. You had $20 extra, so you could take advantage of all the sales, and then you had the flexibility to take part in your employer's RRSP program, and now I've got a lot of debt, and you've got $260 in your RRSP. What was the difference between you and me? $20. We've got the same job, we buy the same groceries, and we wear the same shoes, but you had a $20 head start, and that made all the difference. Now, I know you're listening to this fable and you're saying, yeah, that's a made-up story. That's not real life. Well, of course it's a made-up story. That's why it's called the Fable of the $20 bill. And yeah, in the story, I got sick and I was off sick for a week and you weren't, so that also made a difference. But even if I hadn't missed a week's worth of pay, I would still be behind because of my credit card debt when I bought the shoes I needed, and you would still have a bunch of money in your RSP. You turned $20 into $260. That's a great investment. And it's not that crazy a story. If you buy a small 6-pack of toilet paper, you're paying a lot more per roll than if you bought the jumbo 36-roll pack on sale. There are lots of sales at the store where stuff is half price. It's very common, but you can only take advantage of a bulk discount if you have the cash available to take the deal. You need money to make money. That's how it goes. So what's my point? It's Financial Literacy Month, and you're going to hear a lot of financial gurus tell you that the secret to financial success is to make a budget and track your spending, and if you do that, you'll be rich. But that's not what happened in this story. In the Fable of the $20 bill, you and I were both good at budgeting. We both had a shopping list, which is a budget for groceries. We both knew what we needed to buy. We were both good with money. The only difference between you and I is that you found a $20 bill and I didn't. Your success in this story had nothing to do with budgeting. It had everything to do with finding a $20 bill. Your success was due to luck. Now, I know that's not how you would tell the story. You would say that, yes, you were lucky to find that $20 bill, but you were disciplined and you used that $20 bill wisely and didn't waste it on useless stuff. You invested in toilet paper and it was your financial acumen that turned that $20 bill into $260. That is true. You got a break, you had some good luck, and you took full advantage of it. There are two morals to the story, 2 points to the fable of the $20 bill. The first point is that everyone's number one financial goal should not be to make a budget. It should be to find $20. Now, you probably won't be able to find a $20 bill in a bush by the side of the road, so you'll need to come up with another play. I would suggest start by getting out of debt. This is Debt Free in 30 podcast number 270, so that means I've done 269 podcasts, and on most of those we've talked about getting out of debt, so I won't spend any time on the topic now, other than to say that in the Fable of the $20 bill, both of us started with no debt, so that's got to be the starting point. Pay off your debt on your own, do a consumer proposal, whatever it takes, but the starting point has to be no debt. Then, once you're out of debt, you need $20. Get another job, skip lunch a few times, whatever it takes, get $20. Not 100, not 1,000, just $20. For most people, that's an achievable goal. Because when you have $20, you can take advantage of sales and deals, and you can turn $20 into $260. And once you have $260, you can turn that into $1,000 and then $10,000. How is that possible? Well, because with $20, the only investment you can make are in sales at the grocery store, and that's fine. Toilet paper and chicken and rice are great investments if you can find them. And they can give you a much better return on investment than you can get in the stock market. But of course, you only buy so much at the grocery store, so you can only save so much. Once you've got $100, you can put it in a savings account or perhaps start participating in a savings plan with your employer. Once you've saved a few $100s, a TFSA or RRSP or RESP becomes an option. You probably need $1,000 to start thinking seriously about mutual funds or low-cost ETFs. To invest directly in stocks, you need a few $1,000s to make it worthwhile. To invest in your own startup company, it may take many thousands of dollars. The point is that the more money you have, the more different types of investments are available to you, and the more money you can make. A high-interest savings account may only pay around 1% interest. A low-cost index fund may earn you 6%, but you need a few bucks to take advantage of those better returns. You need money. But to save $1,000, you must start somewhere, and it all starts with $20. You'll hear a lot about financial literacy this month, and everyone will have their theory on what you need to do, but now you've heard my theory. You need $20. I meet with many hundreds of people a year, and I help them to make a plan to get out of debt, and the first thing I tell them to do after their consumer proposal or bankruptcy is up and running is save money. Start with $20. If you can do that, you're off to the races. Now, I said there were two messages in the fable of the $20 bill. The first message is you need $20. The second message is a bit more nuanced. I hear a lot of people talking about income inequality. I get it, income inequality is real, but there's a condition just as bad as income inequality, and that's wealth inequality. If you have $20 more than me, that's wealth inequality. And the problem with wealth inequality is that the gap gets bigger and bigger. You had $20, I didn't, and by the end of the story, even though we had the same income, even though we didn't have income inequality, by the end of the story, you had $260 and I had debt of around $100. That's a wealth inequality gap of $360, and it all started with $20. And that's how it works. If you have money to invest, you can earn interest and make your money grow. If you have debt, you pay interest and you dig yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. You want money to work for you, not against you. And it all starts with $20. That's the fable of the $20 bill. Go get $20. That's our fable for today. Until next week, when my guest and I will explain the difference between a TFSA and an RSP so that you can decide what to do with your savings. Thanks for listening. I'm Doug Hoyes. That was Debt Free in 30.